Hello, Brittany. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're doing well wherever you're tuning in from today. Greetings, solo butterflies. Okay. Indiana. Okay. I am doing very well, Brittany. Very well. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are tuned into Esoteric Wisdom and Spiritual Truths. My name is Nehru. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are going to take a look at current starseed energy, whatever starseed you resonate with or starseeds you resonate with. We are going to take a look at the energy, your energy, get some confirmations for you. Feel free to ask questions, okay? Questions about your spiritual journey. I do not know your purpose. I do not know your life path, okay? We can take a look at your life path number if that's something you want to do. But my job is not to know your purpose, okay? My job is to know my purpose, okay? And again, the analogy of leading a horse to water but not being able to make them drink or not being able to control whether or not they drink. So my job here as a spiritual guide, birthed on the 333rd day of the year, being a Gaia beacon, okay, and Master Builder 33, is to lead us to the water. That includes myself. Lead us to the water. But whether or not you partake of that water, living water, is your choice, okay? So feel free to ask your questions. Divine Source, we thank you for this day, okay? For those of you who are closing out your Monday, I think, okay? Those of you that are closing out your Monday, let me check and see. Yes, okay? Those of you who are closing out your Monday, going into the 3-3, okay? Going into March 3rd, all right? If you have already begun your Tuesday, all right? I hope that it is off to a start. All right. I finished shuffling the stack and we have 2112 on top and it says it's up to you, okay? 2112 on top stack, and that angel number says it's up to you, or it speaks to the energy of it being up to you, okay? And that's exactly what I was speaking of in regards to leading us to water, but it's up to you to partake of the water, okay? It's up to you. Aravat, we thank you once again for the day. We thank you for the ascended masters that assist us on our journey. We thank you for our guardian angels that assist us on our journey. We thank you for all of the upright individuals, spirits, okay, and demonstrations that have been here and that are currently here to assist us on our journey, okay? Excuse me for one moment while I remove someone from the room. Okay. Okay, Western Australia. So we have India in the room. We have India. I said India. Yes, I am representing India. Okay. Nehru is India. All right. But we have Indiana. Okay. And we have Western Australia. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in, Loretta. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay. I am just shuffling the cards. We'll get started here in a moment. Lisa, okay, Lisa, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to clarify your question, okay? Or you will get kicked out of this room and blocked from this channel forever. Lisa, I'm going to give you 30 seconds, okay, to clarify your question, or you will be removed from this channel, from this collective, from this live, and you will not be able to find this channel, okay? Not through that account, okay? 20 seconds, Lisa. Ten seconds, Lisa. So Lisa, let me ask you a question before I get into this collective energy read for the upright star seeds. Let me ask you a question, Lisa. If you are a healer, Lisa, is that being's real name Jesus? Okay. Lisa. Okay. All right, Lisa, it's time for you to go. Okay. It's time for you to go, Lisa. So when I finish shuffling this stack of cards, I'm going to delete you from this channel and block you forever. Some of you need to block a Lisa forever, okay? Some of you need to block a Lisa forever, all right? Or Lisa needs to block someone forever. As soon as I finish shuffling back, Lisa, I'm going to block you from this channel. Goodbye, Lisa. All right. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, okay? We do not deal with karmic asses, okay? We do not deal with karmic asses. And again, you might need to block a Lisa, or there's a Lisa in this collective Starseed energy read, and Lisa needs to block someone forever. Okay, Lisa, don't go back to them, or don't accept Lisa back into your life. All right, let's go ahead and start with the Tarot. Divine Source, Aravat, Sanhedrin Council, 70 Spiritual Judges, Ascended Masters, Council of Light, Esoteric Wisdom Guides, okay? We welcome you in, we channel you in. Pay attention to all of the synchronicities and confirmations, okay, that you will hear throughout this collective energetic check-in, okay? And again, these are just confirmations for your journey, all right? Hello, Tesla. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's go ahead and roll a couple of dice to start. Let's roll a couple of dice to start, okay? We're going to roll 2 at one time. We're going to roll some numbers. And hello, Ashley. Good to see you, okay? Good to see you, Ashley. I am doing very well. Thank you so much, all right? We're going to roll zodiac signs and we're going to roll numbers. We're going to roll 3. So we have a 3 and we have a Scorpio. The number 3 and a Scorpio. So there could be a Scorpio born on 11/3 in this energy, okay? A Scorpio and the number 3, all right? For you Scorpio sun sign, okay? For you Scorpio sun sign, there could be something significant about the number 3, your third marriage, your third child, your third home. You could have 3 members in your family. It could be you and two children, okay? Scorpio and the number 3. Shout out to all of the upright Scorpios out there, okay? Shout out to the upright Scorpios out there, okay? All right. I am doing well, Kenneth, okay? I hope you are. I hope you are in the upright, Kenneth, okay? Hello, Elijah. I hope you are in the upright. We have a Cancer and the number 10. A Cancer and the number 10, okay? Cancer and the number 10. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Marie, or Mary, excuse me. I said Marie, so Marie is significant, okay? So Cancer and the number 10. Cancer and the 10. And again, that Cancer could be born on the 10th of the month, okay? Cancer and the number 10, okay? So there could be something for a Cancer sun sign that's a finality, okay, this year, okay? By meditating, okay, being celibate, all right, okay, that is how meditating, celibacy, and embracing your hermit mode, Elijah, okay? I did not say Nori, Ashley. To answer your question, Elijah, if I get a new deck of cards, okay, I spend a lot of time with that deck of cards. I spend a lot of time shuffling the deck of cards, okay? I may carry the deck of cards with me, okay? But I spend a lot of time shuffling the deck. Also, you can sage, okay? So I have 2 sage incense here, okay? So when you get a new deck of cards, okay, you can use the sage here to cleanse the energy, okay, when you receive a new deck of cards, okay? All right, so that's a couple of ways that you can cleanse a new deck of cards, all right? All right, so we got Cancer and the number 10. We're going to roll one more, okay? We're going to roll one more, number and zodiac. Oh, you're welcome, Ashley, okay? Number and zodiac, divine source. We have the number 11 and a Scorpio, okay? So we have 11, okay, and that is part of Scorpio season, the month of November. Also, we have the number 3 in a Scorpio, and then we have Cancer and the number 10, okay? So 11/3, again, is a Scorpionic birthday this lifetime, 11/3, okay? There could be something about the 113th day of the year. There could be something about the 110th day of the year, okay? The 311th day of the year. We're going to take a look and see what is the 311th day of the year, because that is in Scorpio season. We're going to take a look at the 311th day since 11 and 3 came out here. What is the 311th day? What is the 311th day of the year on the Gregorian calendar? Okay. Elijah, okay, this is what I'm going to offer you. Okay. It seems as if you have a lot of questions, Elijah, so you can send an email. Okay, Elijah, I'm not going to address all of your questions here because, again, this is a collective conversation. So, Elijah, you can send an email to Nehrupatah, NEHRUPTAH @gmail.com. Elijah, if you would like to conversate with me, you can send an email with your questions to NEHRUPTAH @gmail.com. And I'm going to have to request that you stop asking all of these questions at this time. Okay? All right? You don't have to call me your honor, okay? You do not have to call me that. All right? You can just say Nehru, NEHRU, okay? That's NEHRUPTAH, okay? Not NARO, okay? Yeah, so let's take a look at what is the 311th day on the Gregorian calendar. What is the 311th day on the Gregorian calendar? November 11th, or excuse me, November 7th. Okay, there's something about the 11th. November 7th, 11/7 is the 311th day of the year in a non-leap year, and there would remain 54 days until the end of the year. November 7th, 11/7. Okay? 11/7. Okay? Elijah, I am going to have to block you from this channel forever, aren't I? Huh? I'm going, again, this is my grace and mercy, Elijah. I'm going to have to block you from this channel forever, aren't I? Okay? Because you refuse, okay, to follow instructions. Thank you. Hello, Christine. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, as a reminder, we have Scorpio, the number 3, okay, with the dice. We have Cancer and the number 10. And we have Scorpio and the number 11. And we looked up the 311th day because we had 11 and 3 come out here. Okay, 11/3 is scorpionic energy, and the 311th day is scorpionic energy. We looked that up, and it is November 7th is the 311th day of the year, November 7th, 11/7. Okay, welcome in, Star Seeds. Thank you so much for embracing your spiritually conscious journey here this lifetime around. Let's go ahead and get some angel numbers. Okay. There you go, Jessica. Okay. If this is your first time tuning in, Jessica, your ancestors and your brother brought you here, guided you here. Okay. Jessica, if this is your first time tuning in, your brother and your other ancestors guided you here. Okay. Angel numbers, divine source. Angel numbers, divine source. We'll get four angel numbers. We have one out already. It is face down, so we'll see what that is. 2121. Okay. 2121. Of course, Jessica. Okay. So we have 777. We have 5555 for clarity. Okay, 777. This angel number card says good luck. Okay, but we don't believe in luck. Okay, If I ever tell someone good luck, for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, I do use profanity and I use it loosely. Okay? If I ever tell someone good luck, that means fuck you in French. That's what I say. So if I ever tell somebody good luck, that is French for fuck you. Okay? So to the enemy, I say it all of the time. Okay? So, yeah. All right. Okay. So we have 2112 out here. That number came out anyway. It was on top of the stack. Okay. It's up to you. All we can do, Starseeds, is lead others to the water. It is up to them to partake. Starseeds, all we can do. Someone said they are a healer. Starseeds, all we can do is lead others to the water. We can't force them to drink. Okay? It is up to them to drink. 2121 is for energy levels. And again, 5555 is for clarity. And 777 is for good luck. Okay? It is opportunity meeting divine timing, preparation meeting divine timing. Okay? There's no such thing as luck. Hello, Tammy. Man calls it luck, but there's no such thing truly as luck. Okay? No such thing. Okay? If you hit a hole in one in golf, you get a hole in one from 187 yards out, that's not luck. Okay? You took aim, you judged the wind correctly, you judged the terrain correctly, and you made the correct swing at the appropriate time. That is how you got a hole in one. All of those things coming together in that example for you to get a hole in one from 187 yards out. Okay, 1987, 1978 could be significant for your journey. Okay, so there's no such thing as real luck. All right. All right. So let's get into the tarot. Let's see what comes out with these angel numbers. Again, 2112, 2121, 777, and 5555. Divine source, current energy of the star seeds at this time, confirmations. Okay. We have a comfort pet coming out here. Okay. This could be a spirit dog. Okay. Spirit bird, spirit cat. Okay. A comfort pet of some sort. Okay. Or you could have a comfort pet or a pet that you would consider a divine being or a spiritual being of yours. Okay. Connected to you, that resonates with you, follows you on your journey, listens to you. Okay. It could be just you and them, you and your fur baby. You talk to them, they talk to you. Okay. All right. If you do have fur babies of any sort, I encourage you to sage them, cleanse their energy just like you cleanse yours. Okay. If you have fur babies, I encourage you to cleanse their energy just like you cleanse theirs or yours. Okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles message out here. And we have the Magician. Okay. So alchemy energy. Okay. Alchemy energy. Okay. We have the Nine of Cups. Okay. The Nine of Cups out in the upright. Magician in the upright. Comfort pet in the upright. And the Knight of Pentacles message in reverse. Okay. And again, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in wherever you're tuning in from. It is 12:10 in the afternoon here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. 12:10 in the afternoon. Okay. So we have Five of Cups energy out here. Okay. You could be feeling bored. You could be feeling stagnant. Okay. You could be wondering, star seeds, about the timing of things. When are things going to happen? When is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? I saw someone mention something about a significant shift or portal. Okay. Change. Okay. Shout out to Arizona. Okay. That's where I started my Job experience, in Tucson, Arizona. Okay. I arrived in Tucson, Arizona on 8/5 of 2023. I spent a year and a half there before Divine Source and my ancestors guided me to buy a plane ticket and traveled to Southeast Asia. I've been here ever since. Okay? All right? Someone's door dashing. Okay? Out making money while they're tuning in. Thank you so much. Please be safe. Okay? We have the Eight of Wands energy out here for communication or travel. Speaking of, okay? Speaking of travel, okay? All right? So you could be bored. You could be planning a trip. You could be planning a vacation. You could be planning a getaway, okay? Also, in the last energy read, or in the last live, okay, it wasn't an energy read. Hello, Anthony, I believe, okay? Um, I mentioned confirmation. I mentioned that whenever I get to my homestead, wherever that happens to be, I mentioned that I will be collecting bees or setting up something that whatever flowers, the main flowers that attract bees, okay, or and I should say butterflies, okay, a butterfly garden. Those are two things that I will be doing. And I mentioned the bee energy as a masculine energy, representing a masculine energy, and the butterfly representing the female energy. And someone said that the bee loses its stinger or dies after it loses its stinger. However, that is true for only one species of bee, and that is the female honeybee. Okay? The female honeybee. Of the 2,000 plus different types of bees, only the female honeybee dies after they sting or lose their sting. And this is because when they sting you, a female honeybee, when they sting you and then they fly away, their stinger is attached to their abdomen. Okay? And this is why they die. All right? Thank you so much for tuning in, Trinity. Okay? So of the 2,000 species of bees, only the female honeybee dies after stinging. The others do not. They sting several times, okay? Or can sting several times. All right? So, all right. So far we have the Eight of Wands out here: communication, travel, journey, exploration, and the Fool card. That's a confirmation, okay, for your journey, seeds, okay? For your journey, that's a confirmation, okay? Many of us are lone wolves, okay? Many of us are lone wolves, okay? We're on this journey by ourselves. We released all of what no longer serves us. That's people, habits, places, social activities. Many of us have gone into hermit mode, star seeds, and this is a type of fool's journey. I like to say we are all some type of fool. I am some type of fool, okay? I am, you are, all right? And again, you could be in a place of quiet at this time, okay? A place of quiet at this time. If I speak the language, Vietnamese, no, I do not. I am not at a place yet where I speak fluent Vietnamese, okay? Learning a little bit here, learning a little bit there, okay? But no, I do not speak fluent Vietnamese, if that's the language you're asking about, okay? We have a comfort pet out here. We have the Nine of Cups, the Magician, alchemy energy, and the Knight of Pentacles, okay? Out here. Anything else, Divine Source, for the Starseeds? We have the World card in the upright, okay? We have the World. This is telling a story, okay? Let's sit right back and we'll hear a tale. It's the hell of a faithful ship that started something upon this tiny ship, okay? So this is a journey, okay? A fool's journey as you welcome in the new world, okay? As you welcome in the new world, your new beginning, take advantage of this Mercury retrograde that we are currently in, okay? Hello, Divine Empress. So good to see you, okay? And so, Divine 007, okay, you are Starseeds, a Divine 007 on your mission, okay? Doom, 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 doom. Some called your mission impossible. Some called your mission impossible. You are on a Divine 007 mission, okay? You are. You signed the contract in the ethers with divine source, your ancestors and ascended masters and others standing around. You spiritually signed, yes, I will. Just like Yeshua did when they were here, yes, I will. Okay? Yes, I will go. Here I am, send me. Here I am, send me. Okay? We have a King of Cups energy out here in the reverse. Okay? We have a King of Cups energy out here in the reverse. Starseeds, divine source, anything else? Anything else? And the sword of truth. Okay? And the sword of truth for a breakthrough. Okay? Also, I'm hearing a clash. I'm getting a clash. Okay? A clash. Okay? So it's like fencing, sword fighting. Okay? It's like fencing and sword. You and the enemy, you and the darkness, you and the low vibrational frequencies. Right? A clash. Okay? Of truth and lies. A clash between truth and lies. Okay? Okay? This speaks to this nine or this King of Cups energy out here. Okay? This King of Cups energy out here. You could. A King of Cups energy that's been lying on you. Okay? A King of Cups energy that has been lying on you. Okay? So what is a King of Cups energy that upright or reverse? Okay? What is a King of Cups energy or queen? It could be a female. A King of Cups energy is someone who has spiritual gifts, okay? But they use them for evil. Maybe that's the clash why Divine spoke and said clash with this card, okay? With this card, when I held it up, Divine said clash. So someone who has spiritual gifts, okay? But they use them for evil, okay? King of Cups energy. We have one more deck to shuffle. And again, thank you all so much for tuning in. So you are on a journey to discovering the truth this lifetime. These are truths. Some of these truths you realized in a previous lifetime, okay? But something was incomplete, okay? Something was incomplete, and this is why you came back for whatever number of time this incarnation is for you, okay? You came back, okay, for this wish fulfillment out here with this Nine of Cups, okay, and this offer. Let me show you this card. Okay. All right. You know what this reminds me of, okay? And looking at this card, for those of you who's ever seen the original Coming to America, okay? The original Coming to America, released in 1980 something, okay? In that movie, Eddie Murphy plays a prince, and there is a prearranged marriage for him in his country, okay? He is a prince. There is a prearranged marriage, and the individual, the lady that has been groomed, okay, to be his bride, all right, she was trained to obey and do whatever he says, okay? That's not a very good energy. That's not what the word submissive means, okay? Men are to be submissive to their brides as well. That's not a one-way street, okay? Because men do not always have the right answer. Sometimes a man needs to be submissive and follow the guidance of the bride, okay? A submissive energy. It is a reciprocal type of relationship when it is in the upright. Any man out here that tells you, ain't no woman gonna tell me what to do, That man right there doesn't deserve an upright bride. They do not deserve a divine masculine woman or a divine feminine woman, and that is not a lesbian. A divine masculine woman is not a lesbian. Okay? They do not deserve that energy. But in that movie, she was trained to do whatever he said. So whatever the prince said, I don't know. And in the movie, he says, hop on one foot. So she starts hopping on one foot, right? And then he says, bark like a dog. Okay. She continues to hop on one leg, barking like a dog. Okay. Just a robot. Okay. That is not the type of relationship that you are meant to have, star seeds. Okay. That is not the type of relationship that you are meant to have. You are meant to have a relationship where they are a guide for you and you are a guide for them. Okay? That's a helpmeet, and that goes both ways. Again, any man, masculine energy, man, I should say, that walks around beating his chest talking about the woman is to be submissive to a man, they have no idea what they're talking about. No idea what they're talking about. Okay? All right. Divine source, anything else from this stack? Any other energy out here? Okay. I have 3. So we have death in reverse. We have a Queen of Pentacles energy out here. Okay. And we have justice. Okay. So we have justice in reverse, and that justice in reverse speaks to someone who was lying. They could have been lying in court about you. They could have been lying to other family members about you. They could have been lying to your friends about you. Okay? Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay? And thank you so much for tuning in. Okay? Brent. Okay? So justice in the reverse is someone who was seeking some type of justice karmically, okay? Lying against you, smear campaigns, ruining your reputation in the community, ruining your reputation with family, again, with your mutual friends, okay? Someone who was trying to ruin your reputation, okay? All right. So, again, show you all of these cards, what we have out here. Justice in reverse, so for someone who was trying to ruin your reputation. We have a Queen of Pentacles in the upright, okay? This Queen of Pentacles right here in the upright, okay, could coincide with this energy right here, with whatever this offer is, okay? With whatever this offer is or whatever this new beginning is. We do have the World card out here, okay? There is communication, okay, that's in the works. Communication. 5 of Cups energy, boredom. You could be feeling stagnant. You've done your spiritual work. You meditate every day. You have a routine down every day, star seeds. You wake up, you cleanse the energy, you meditate. Before you pour your cup of coffee, you drink some water. The last thing at night you consume is water. You know, you have this routine down now. Okay? So now the enemy is grasping at air. Okay? So they have no sacral energy to grab onto to you, to latch onto you. They have no root chakra magic that's going to help them stay attached to you. Now they're grasping at air. Now they're just, okay, and pulling back nothing. Okay? Pulling back nothing. Shout out to all the fur babies out there. Okay, again, we have Comfort Pet out here. Okay. I've had 3 Comfort Pets, okay? One whose name was Layla, okay? She was a boxer, Layla Ali, okay? Someone's name could be Ali, okay? In this energy, or that's tuning in. The other, okay, or another, his name was Brutus, okay? And the other, her name is Sadie, okay? Sadie, all right? So, this Knight of Pentacles out here, we're going to read this message. This card says, I started new routines to make sure I achieve all of my goals, to be loyal, responsible, someone you can depend on. So there's a message out here about someone you can depend on. It came out in reverse. So this was someone who you thought you could depend on, someone you thought was loyal, someone you thought was upright, someone you thought was faithful, he or she. You thought they were committed to you. You thought you were the only one. You thought they were going to work when they weren't. You thought they were working late when they weren't. You thought they had your best intentions at heart. But in reverse, this is someone, okay, who couldn't stop their karmic routines, okay, who could not stop their karmic routines or refused to. They could, but they refused to. Okay? Oh, confirmation on the boxer and the Roddy. I've never had a Roddy. Brutus was an American bulldog, okay? Not an English bulldog. He was a big dog, okay? So, spiritual star seeds, you are big dogs, okay? Shout out to all the spiritual big dogs, okay? Hello, 369, okay? I hope you are in the upright. Okay. I'm not sure I understand your question. Okay, Brent. Okay, or Bran. Okay. So you thought great disappointment and heartbreak. Oh, you're saying so you thought, but then came disappointment and heartbreak, or I'm not sure I'm understanding your question, Bran. Okay. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and place these within the stacks that we have out here, okay? And I'm going to break, oh, okay, yeah, okay? So yeah, you thought they were the one, okay? You could have been married to them. You could have proposed to them. They could have proposed to you, okay? Then you found out they had someone else on the side, okay? Or they were just a non-committal energy, okay? Someone was in the energy of a song Tupac Shakur sang, okay? You can run the streets with your thugs. I'll be waiting for you until you get through. I'll be waiting. You can run the streets with your thugs, okay? So someone was in that energy, okay? Running the streets, okay? And they expected you to sit at home and wait for them, or they thought you were going to sit at home and wait for them, okay? All right. But you didn't, okay? Because you realized what was in your best interest, okay? You realized it was in your best interest to leave, to get out, to walk away, okay? This could have required you moving out. This could have required you putting them out, okay? However that went for you, okay? Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in, Tesla. Okay. Confirmation on being guided here. Thank you so much for following your intuition and the guidance of your ancestors. Again, someone said something about your honor. Okay. I do not hold myself in such esteem, okay, and egotistical energy. You do not have to say your honor to me. You do not have to say anything of that sort, okay? And in fact, I don't embrace that energy, all right? So again, what's the difference? Our reincarnations and the lessons that we've learned, okay, if anything, okay, and my willingness, okay, to have a strong cutoff game, okay, and my willingness to have a strong cutoff game, okay? So I have no problem cutting my best friend off. I have no problem cutting a former spouse, wife, what have you, okay? I have no problem with doing that, okay? And yes, my life is for a demonstration. It is for a demonstration, okay? So we are looking at Tiffany, Italy, gunshots, okay? Tiffany on top of the stacks. Again, I broke them down to 4. Tiffany, Italy, okay? Someone's name or the country. Starseeds are in every country. Gunshots, okay? So Tiffany could get shot by Italy. Italy could get shot by Tiffany, okay? First, middle, last name. Or Tiffany could be in Italy, okay? Or their name, okay? All right. And one of the things that I do, on a regular basis is I add turmeric to my water, okay? This is some water here that I've added turmeric to, okay? I am a kidney transplant recipient. okay? So because of witchcraft and that, I spent 4.5 years on dialysis, received a kidney transplant on 7/7/17 at a VA hospital in the United States of America in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This card said add some turmeric to your diet. So some of you, Starseeds, you're being encouraged to, especially if you're dealing with inflammation, swollen, okay? If you're dealing with that, you're being encouraged to add some turmeric to your water, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in, okay? BJ, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. You could shop at BJ's if the BJ's are still around. BJ's Whole Foods. You could shop at BJ's if BJ's is still around. Someone's name could be Armstrong, or someone's trying to strong arm you, or was trying to strong arm you. BJ Whole Foods, BJ Armstrong, okay? Bernard Johnson, okay? Benjamin Jones, okay? BJ, okay? Shout out, okay? Pennsylvania, okay? So we're going to place each of these cards within these 4 stacks, and we're, again, collective star seeds. We're going to get some confirmations for you. Whatever's meant to come out here, take what easily fits. Take what easily fits, okay? So if you're not aware of a Tiffany, then leave it. If you're not aware of an Italy, or someone who's Italian, or someone who lives in Italy, leave it, okay? If you don't want to put turmeric in your diet, okay, in your water, don't. You know what I mean? So take what easily fits, okay? And again, thank you so much for tuning in. You can ask your spiritual questions if you would like. Spiritual questions, okay? There's 21 in the room and 17 likes. Thank you everyone for the love, okay? 21 and 17. Something could have happened significantly to you, for you, at 17 or 21, okay? Something between your ages of 17 and 21. You could have moved between the ages of 17 and 21. You could still be in that place that you relocated to between the ages of 17 and 21. I used to have Esoteric Conversations brand. I used to offer Esoteric Conversations, okay? And that was done via Zoom. Some of you in here have taken advantage of those. But when I had Esoteric Conversations and I offered that, I offered the first one for free, okay? And when I was offering that service, it got to a point to where there were so many karmic liars that were sending me emails and setting up these meetings and then canceling, to the point to where I just decided to end that opportunity. okay? Because again, you can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink it, okay? The living water. So I decided to close out esoteric conversations because of all of the karmics that would schedule appointments and not show up, okay? Or they would continue to come up with some lame ass excuse, okay? Just like the karmic low vibrational energy that you have dealt with, come up with some lame ass excuse, okay? On the death, okay? On the death in reverse, okay? Death not coming to you, we have North Korea, okay? So we have a communist or racist dictator energy out here, a communist or racist dictator energy out here, North Korea, a communist or racist dictator energy out here. A spiritual dictator is someone who tries to rule and reign over your destiny, rule and reign over your new world, rule and reign over you, okay? Again, their thumb on your back spiritually, trying to hold you down. A North Korean type of energy. Someone's name could be Kim, Jong, or Un, okay? That is the dictator that runs North Korea, okay? That is the dictator that runs North Korea, all right? So, Kim, Jong, okay? Or Un, UN, okay? Or something about the UN, okay? Again, that is on one side of the death card in reverse. Whatever that was, okay, was unsuccessful this lifetime, Starseeds. Whatever that was unsuccessful this lifetime, okay? This says your address is tapped or was tapped, okay? Because this dictator here was tracking you, following you around, spying on you. Who are you meeting? Where are you going? This could be a tracker on your vehicle. Starseeds. Okay. If you suspect, okay, here's a little advice. If you suspect that someone has done something to your vehicle, I encourage you to take your vehicle to someone who is not a family friend mechanic, okay? Someone who is not a family friend mechanic. Take it to someone else and have them take a look at it. See if there are devices hooked up to your vehicle, some strange electronic something, okay, that was not put on there by the manufacturer of your vehicle, okay? This individual, this dictator right here, okay, who was trying to trap you, track you, or was, okay? On the Fool card, we have shopping, okay? So you could be shopping wardrobe replacement, okay? You could be shopping wardrobe replacement out here, okay? All right. Exchanging, okay? You see this Fool card here, okay? Whatever they have in their satchel right there, whatever they have in that, okay? Getting it replaced, getting new shoes, new shirts, new clothes, okay? I have a daughter who will be 30 this year, okay? And she calls your underwear, okay? She calls those things your unmentionables, okay? So you could be getting your unmentionables replaced, okay? Unmentionables, okay? So we have shopping out here with the Fool card, okay? Okay, and we have Latoya, okay, and something about childhood friends. Latoya could be a childhood friend. Tiffany could be a childhood friend. Kim could be a childhood friend. I mentioned Kim Jong, okay, the dictator of North Korea. We also have Italy out here. So Latoya, Italy, Tiffany, okay, could be dealing with karmic childhood friends, or Tiffany, Latoya, or Italy, Kim are karmic childhood friends. confirmation, confirmation on Latoya, okay, being a karmic childhood friend out here. Latoya, okay, so there's a Latoya out here, okay, okay, and again, the Fool card on the shopping. So whenever this comes in for you, if you're not shopping today, you will be, Starseeds. If you're not shopping today, you will be. Yes, that's correct, okay? So don't go to the, don't take your car to the mechanic that the family uses, okay? All right, take it to someone else. We have the name Lucille out here. On the comfort pet, you could have a pet whose name is Lucy, okay? You could have a pet out here whose name is Lucy, okay? Lucy. And we have Jonathan. Okay? So Johnny, Jonathan, these, okay? Could be a comfort pet. Name, Johnny, okay? JL, LJ could be significant. LJ, okay? All right. And comfort pet energy, okay? Lucille, Lucy, Jonathan, Johnny. Okay. On the new world, okay? On the new world, a brand new beginning, okay? Just like Peebo Bryson and Regina someone sang, okay? Regina Bell, I think. Regina Bell, yeah, I think Regina Bell. Peebo Bryson and Regina Bell. Someone said something about Aladdin, okay? A whole new world, Aladdin, okay? All right. Thank you, Divine. 007. Okay? So something about Aladdin. Also, when I graduated high school, okay, Aladdin was the theme of our prom that year. Aladdin, 1993, could be significant for your journey. 93 or 39, the age or the year. Okay? Aladdin, a whole new world, was the theme for that prom out in Disney. Okay? When I lived in Florida. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can reach me by railway. You can reach me by trailway. Okay? I don't care how you get here. Just get here if you can. Okay? There are hills and mountains, okay, between us. Always something to get over. Yes, If I had my way, yeah, I do. Surely you would be closer. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I dated that. I dated. I dated. I dedicated that song to someone who passed on 12/22, okay, of 2022. Okay. I dedicated that song to someone who passed on 12/22 of 2022. Okay. Their name was Carolyn. Okay. Carolyn. All right. Robert, Roberto, Diane, and Curtis. Robert, Roberto, Diane, and Curtis. Okay? On the world card. On the confirmation ding dongs. Okay? On the world card. Okay? All right. So, Curtis, Robert, Roberto, Diane. Okay? It could be Diana. Someone could be Spanish or Mexican with the name Roberto out here, Latin. Okay? They could be from Puerto Rico. They could be from the Dominican Republic. They could be from Costa Rica. Okay. Roberto, they from Spain. Okay. Or they could be in some other country, Venezuela. Okay. Colombia. Okay. All right. So on the world card. Okay. So Robert could be in alignment right now for this new beginning right around the corner. Roberto could be in alignment. Okay. Also, it could be Roberts or Robert's son, Robert or Robert's son, Roberts or Robert's son, Diane, and Curtis. Okay. These could be spirit guides that are helping you. So in that lifetime, their first, middle, last name was Robert, Roberto, Diane, okay? Roberto Clemente, okay? Roberto Clemente, Roberto Clemente, Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh is coming out. Pittsburgh Pirates, Roberto Clemente. I don't think I've ever even said Roberto Clemente's name, okay? On any of these energetic tap-ins, okay? Roberto Clemente. Let's take a look at Roberto Clemente. I see we have 20 in the room and 20 likes. Thank you so much, everyone, for synchronicity. Let's take a look at Roberto Clemente's birth and passing, okay, for synchronicity. Okay, let's take a look. Major League Baseball player, okay, 8/18/34 in Puerto Rico. Okay, Roberto Enrique Clemente Walker. Listen to all of the names. Roberto Enrique Clemente Walker, born 8/18/1934 in Puerto Rico, specifically Carolina. Okay, someone's name could be Caroline, Carolina, or something about north and south in the U.S. or some other place named Carolina like Puerto Rico. Passed, okay, on 12/31 on the last day of 1972, Roberto Clemente. Roberto Clemente, okay? And it was an air crash. Roberto Clemente, okay? Okay? Pittsburgh Pirates, Hall of Famer, Roberto Clemente. Someone could be a professional athlete who's tuning in, okay? Someone could be a professional athlete, okay? Yeah. He may have had the most stolen bases at the time of his passing. Today, Ricky, the name Richard Ricky Henderson holds the record for the most stolen bases in Major League Baseball history, okay? And that is one of the records that is said to never be broken. Ricky and Henderson, his stolen base total is one of those records that is said to never be broken again, okay? All right? So he may have broken, okay, or surpassed Roberto Clemente. Shout out to the spirit of Ricky Henderson. He has passed in the last, 18 months or so. Okay? Ricky Henderson. Okay? On communication, we have Preston, Zane, Walter. Okay? All right? Something about Taiwan. Okay? Preston, Zane, Walter, Catherine. Okay? Preston, Zane, Catherine with a K or a C, and Walter. Communication. And we have toxins out here. Okay? We have fatal toxins. Okay? Fatal toxins. Okay? Okay? So, Fatal toxins landing on communication and travel. Someone could have been traveling to get these fatal toxins, okay? And these fatal toxins do not have to be these fatal toxins do not have to be a physical toxin. This could be witchcraft, okay? Someone could have been traveling to a witch doctor, okay? An evil sorcerer, okay? Someone could have been traveling to, okay? Someone who is involved in witchcraft, fatal toxins, or obviously that could speak to someone out here associated with one or more of these names, first, middle, last name, dealing with fatal toxins out here, okay? So someone could be trying to poison Preston, first, middle, last name, Zane, first, middle, last name, Katie, first, middle, last name, or Walter, Catherine, first, middle, last name, okay? And again, there's travel involved, okay? Or you traveled away from this, okay? Thankfully, okay? Communication coming in about this, okay? Communication coming in about this, not just through me, but through the legal system here on this earth, okay? Communication coming in, swift, fast, okay? Do you know how you can speed up your manifestations? It's by getting into the feeling of it today, okay? How can you speed up your manifestations? By getting into the feeling of it today, okay? Instead of asking the questions of when, get into the feeling of what does it feel like to be free? What does it feel like to have justice finally come to you in the 3D? What does that feel like, okay? And during your meditations, during your quiet time, take time to focus on the feeling of I am free. Everything is always working out for me. Okay? Life is working out for my favor. Life is working out for my good. Things are turning out for my good. Okay? Get into the feeling, the energy of that. Okay? All right. Next. Okay? We have the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Okay? I played you, then I got played. Here's the message. Okay? I played you, then I got played. Okay? So, someone played you, okay? They tried to put fatal toxins or did put fatal toxins in something that they fed you, something that you drank. This could have been out at the club with somebody, okay? Somebody just drop a couple pills into something, okay? Someone serves you something, confirmation. They crush it up. Then they pour it in your drink. Someone, okay? Someone is, I just got an invite to go somewhere, okay? With the family that I am renting the hotel room from, okay? I just got an invite to go to someplace, okay? It's 12:54, okay? So an invite, that particular invite, I will share this with you. That particular invite is an annual thing where I believe it's annual, where they go and honor, I think in 2023. Let's take a look at that for a moment. Okay, let's take a look at that for a moment. There was a mass disaster, okay, here in Vietnam, and there were several individuals that perished in that, okay? All right. What event in recent years in Vietnam caused mass casualties? Okay, so there was a typhoon in 2024. That's the event, okay? And so there are, around Vietnam, they go to this particular spot where this typhoon occurred, okay? And they honor it says 514, okay, passed or missing and over 2,200 injured. Typhoon 2024. So I just got invited to go to wherever this site is, okay, to be a part of this honoring of those, okay, who passed in that typhoon of 9/24, September 2024, okay? So that's what those dings were, okay? All right. All right. So, okay. Somebody out here played you, then they got played, okay? Like a piano, okay? Like a guitar, okay? Strumming a hand with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling the whole world, with his song, killing me softly, okay? With his song, okay? All right, so Lauryn Hill, okay? I believe that's who that is. I know a lot of songs, but not a lot of artists. That's interesting, okay? So someone played you, then they got played. That is karma. And we have Finland out here. So Finland, Finny, okay? Finley, Finny, Finley, Finland, okay? Someone could say finna a lot, okay? All right? I'm finna do this, I'm finna do that. Someone could say finna a lot, okay? That's one of those funny words for lazy English speakers. I'm finna go to the store. I'm finna go over wherever. I'm finna whatever, okay? Roberta Flack. We got Roberta Flack. Is that who sings that song? Okay. Patty Austin did the original. So we got Roberta, and I didn't even say the name Roberta out here when these names came out here, but here we go. Okay. So Roberta can be added if that's a synchronicity for you collective. So Roberts, Robertson, Robert, Roberto, okay, and Roberta, Roberta, Flack, Roberta, okay, Roberta, all right. Okay, and that's just them just furthering, just explaining, okay. Filter required at this time, okay? Filter required at this time, okay? This is the alchemist card out here on one between what is that? Okay? Someone's filthy, okay? Someone's filthy, filthy, filthy. Okay? Someone's brother or sister is with your ex. Okay, who cares? Okay, someone's brother or sister is with their ex. Who cares? Okay, again, been there, did him. Been there, did her. You want leftovers? Take those leftovers. It's March. You want Thanksgiving leftovers? That shit all moldy. You want like Thanksgiving leftovers? You want my leftovers? It's old. It's nasty. Okay, it's stale. Take it. You know what I mean? Take it. Let them, leave them there. You know what I mean? You want to eat my old Thanksgiving meal? You want to eat that meal in March? Go have it. Okay? Have it. Okay? Because, yeah, it's lost its savor. It's lost its flavor. And again, it's moldy. It's all furry. You know, you got stuff growing on it. You know what I'm saying? Flies. Okay? What? Yeah, take it. Take it. Maggots. Take it. Take it. Okay? Right? Okay? Brother, sister energy out here with an X. Okay? Okay? That's a shot in the arm for someone. Okay? or someone could be getting shot in the arm, penicillin or whatever else. Okay, someone could need a shot in the arm. Okay, for whatever that backfire of toxins were that they tried to feed you. That could be STDs. Okay, that could be STDs. Sexually transmitted demons, sexually transmitted distractions, spiritually transmitted demons, spiritually transmitted distractions, STDs of any sort, STDs. Okay, so what does a filter being required at this time means? Okay, that could mean that you don't need to share everything about what you're doing on social media. Okay, so you don't need to post, I'm flying out, okay, and you're still at the airport. You don't need to post before you leave your house, I'm getting ready to go to. You don't need to post that on social media. A filter is required at this time. Also, that could speak to you. Let me go ahead and reply to them very quickly. Give me just one moment while I reply to them, so she doesn't think, they don't think it's a family, okay, that they don't think I'm ignoring them, okay. Time is our most valuable asset, time. So I'm asking her, how long? Okay. Here in Vietnam, one of the things that I can tell you is here in Vietnam, oh, I did post a short about the traffic here in Vietnam. I stood outside here for a minute at 7 o'clock in the morning and just showed a little short about the traffic and the chaos that it is. It is organized chaos at its finest, okay? Organized chaos at its finest. I posted a short, okay, on this channel about that. 18 million motorbikes here in Ho Chi Minh City, okay? And it's like, yeah. Yeah, all right. And so a filter required at this time. Oh, I was speaking about time. So time is our most valuable asset. We all have 24 hours in a day. How you spend it is extremely significant. Who you spend it with is extremely significant. And so here in Vietnam, they are not in any kind of rush, okay? They are not in any kind of rush, despite what that may look like on their motorbikes, okay? They're zooming in and out, okay? Grab deliveries, that is Uber here, okay? Grab, okay, is Uber here, okay? And they're zooming in and out and whatever at 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:15 in the morning. They're taking children to school and all that sort of thing. The day is just getting started, okay? But with time, okay, time is extremely significant to me, okay? Oh, extremely, very down to earth people, very, very friendly, okay? Very friendly, okay? One of the things that, there's a lot of things that amazes me about and shocks me when I first got to Southeast Asia compared to America. Here, you can leave your shoes outside. They don't wear shoes in the house, okay? You leave your flip-flops or whatever outside of the main entryway, okay? You do not walk in the house with your shoes on, okay? This is flip-flop country, and that is my favorite type of weather, flip-flop country weather, all right? So go where the weather suits your clothes. That's a country song, okay? Go where the weather suits your clothes, okay? Oh no, it's not it's like a folk song. Where the weather suits my clothes, drifting over the northeast wind, sailing on the summer breeze, okay? Skipping over the ocean like a storm, okay? So go where the weather suits your clothes, okay? Or at least I hope you do. So I want to know, how long does it take? How long is this ceremony? Okay. Because again, they're not in any rush. They have no problem sitting down for 4 hours, okay, listening to someone speak, okay? That is not me, okay? That is not me. I do not want to sit down for 4 hours and listen to anyone speak, truthfully, not even my own self. I don't want to sit down for 4 hours, and I don't want to do that without the freedom and liberty to be able to get up and leave whenever I get ready. Okay? So, thank you so much for tuning in, Angela. Okay? We are halfway through, okay? The Starseed Collective Energy read. Okay? Something about hunger, okay? Budapest could be significant. Hungry. Someone could be hungry for your love, okay? Or hungry for your energy now that you've removed all that no longer serves you, friends, family, siblings, co-workers, whatever that is. You could still work there, but you have no communication with them. You ignore them, okay? You don't go to their social events anymore. Confirmation, Bert, because you know, okay? There's something out here about a breakthrough. Someone's name could be hungry, okay? We have Baltimore out here, okay? So, Baltimore, there's a Baltimore in the United States of America. Baltimore could also be anywhere else. Are you able to leave it all behind? Are you able to leave it all behind? I'm not sure I understand, Brent. Oh, but what I was going to say about the shoes, thank you, Divine. What I was going to say about that, okay, is leaving your shoes outside of your house, is in America, people will steal your shit, okay? They will steal your shit, okay? They leave motorbikes up and down the street all day, every day. Leave shoes outside. They leave stuff outside all of the time here in Vietnam. And it's amazing to me, okay? And it shows the level of trust and honor that they have amongst themselves here in this country. In America, someone will jack your shit, you leave it outside. Why is that, America? Why is that, America? What is the spirit that is in America, okay, that is low vibrational and would have someone steal the shoes off your porch, okay, or your entryway? And here in Vietnam, you can have 50 pairs of shoes outside. No one will ever walk away with them. You can have your shoes when you walk into a temple. Everyone takes off their shoes, of course, and you have all these 50, 60, 70 pairs of shoes. No one ever comes up and walks away with a pair of shoes that doesn't belong to them. Why would that not be the case in America? And I feel as though it would not be. Someone would walk up there and steal those shoes. Why is that? What's the difference in the energy? What's the difference in the spirit? Just a question to ponder. We have Baltimore, okay, and a breakthrough, a truth coming out concerning Baltimore, in Baltimore, okay? There is an upright spirit that I know that is in Baltimore, okay? I am only aware of one, okay? And that is Charmaine, okay? Charmaine, okay? When you find that people are indifferent and callous, would you be willing to go elsewhere? Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, Brent, I know you are a new listener. So a little bit about my journey. I was a tax accountant for 13 years and had my own practice in Central Florida. Okay. When I began to meditate and divine source began to awaken me to the truths about the gang stalkers, okay, and the karmic witch warlock, okay, energy that raised me physically, okay, they didn't raise me, but oversaw me, okay, as a child, okay. When divine source began to reveal these things about me and about religion and all those sorts of things, divine source told me to give everything that I owned away. A Mercedes S-Class, okay, a Honda Kawasaki full dress motorcycle, okay, luggage racks on the side, it was gold and maroon, luggage rack on the back, okay, very nice motorcycle, big motorcycle, okay. I had to release my Cane Corso Sadie. I gave away everything. I didn't sell it. Marble table, furniture, beds, everything. I gave it dishes. I gave golf clubs. I gave everything away. I hope that answers your question. I hope that answers your question. Okay. Okay. Someone's saying something about, oh, Christine. Today is the 1 year anniversary of my grandma. Oh, okay. Peace and comfort, Christine. Okay. Peace and comfort to you. Okay. And to your granny. Okay. To your nana that's helping you from the other side. Okay. Peace and comfort. Okay. She's helping you strut, Christine. Okay. She's helping you strut, Christine. She's helping you strut. She's helping you strut, Christine. Do you know what a strut is, Christine? She's helping you strut with your stride, Christine. Do you know what a strut is, Christine? Not on a car. She's helping you. Yeah. She's helping you with your strut, with your walk, with your stride. Thanks, Grams. Okay. Okay. Someone's asking some question about America taking firearms away from someone. Okay. Okay. All right. We have a few more cards here. Okay. We have something about a monsoon. So, again, invited to celebrate the day of this typhoon hitting Vietnam in 2024 in September, going to honor those who passed in that typhoon. There was 514, May 14th, 514 that passed or were missing and never found. 514. Okay? Okay? Excuse me for just 1 second while I delete some dumbass off of the channel. Okay, and block them forever. Okay. So this could be a monsoon of favor. Ding dong. This could be a monsoon of favor. Okay. Someone said they're from Indiana. I don't know if they're still in the room. Okay. This could be your India ancestors. Okay. A monsoon energetically or physically. A monsoon energetically or physically. Okay. Someone admiring you. Okay. Someone admiring you. Okay. Okay. Recently, one of the more consistent downloads is Aaliyah's "Are You That Somebody?" Okay. Aaliyah's "Are You That Somebody?" Her and her ancestors helped put that pedophile R. Kelly, Robert Kelly, away. Speaking of Robert, name keeps coming out. Robert, Roberto, Roberta. Okay, Robertson. Okay, so Robert Kelly, Aaliyah, and her ancestors helped put that pedophile away. Okay, he married her when she was 15. That should be illegal in every country, all around the world. That should be illegal. That should be illegal for an adult to marry a 15-year-old. That should be illegal. Okay. But it's not everywhere. Okay. So shout out to Aaliyah and her ancestors for getting at least one pedophile off the street. Okay. Okay. Shout out to Aaliyah and her ancestors for getting at least one pedophile off the street. Okay. So we have monsoon in India. This could be something that's happening in India. Okay. Something that's happening in India. We have a grandfather energy out here. Okay. A grandfather. This could be someone who's in the King of Cups in reverse. Okay. So the grandfather energy out here could be someone who has spiritual gifts, but they use them for evil. This could be a grandfather when they were here, if they are not here, that practiced witchcraft. Okay, you could or could not be aware of this. Okay, a grandfather energy. This could be a grandfather who's still here in the 3D. Okay, this could be someone who someone was traveling to work with. Okay, sending them money. Okay, or what have you, for fatal toxins, spiritual toxins, physical toxins. A grandfather in this King of Cups in reverse energy. It's with spiritual gifts, but they chose to use it for evil. Okay? Yeah. Brain. We all have a story. We all have a journey. Okay? The warlock who I grew up thinking was my father took my first wife when I was serving the United States as a United States Army soldier in Germany. He took my first wife. He's also the one who married us. So he married us. He was a polygamous minister. So he married us and then turned around and took that same woman that he joined in marriage to me. Okay? Yeah. All right. So we all have a journey. We all have a story. Okay? We're talking about Roberto. Okay? And we're talking about, I mentioned Costa Rica and the Dominican Republic. So definitely someone out here. Okay? In this energy. Definitely. Yeah. We all have a story. And many of us can relate in one way, shape, form, or fashion to each other's stories. Okay? Confirmation. 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 Okay? Confirmation. Okay? Are they still physically here that you know of? Trigger warning. Okay. On the other side of Costa Rica and the Dominican Republic, we have Kama Sutra, Kama Sutra, Kama Sutra energy, Kama Sutra energy. Let's look up this and get a definition on what this is. Okay. I, brand, okay, based on the truth of your story, I stand in alignment with you, okay, and I speak demolishing, okay, demolishing energy, demolition energy to that being, okay, who touched you inappropriately, okay. I speak demolishing energy to that individual who touched you inappropriately, okay. I stand in unity with you, okay, to demolish them and their bloodline, okay, for touching you inappropriately, right? Let's look up this Kama Sutra energy, okay? We have 3 more cards in the stack. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you while I hold this card up here. Kama Sutra, okay, energy refers to both ancient holistic philosophies of sexual, emotional, and spiritual confirmation, vitality, as well as modern Ayurvedic, okay, Ayurvedic, Ayurvedic, okay, inspired health products designed for sexual stamina and performance, okay? It emphasizes treating sexual desire as a sacred creative force that can be nurtured rather than suppressed. So we are about to have a grown folks conversation, okay? We grown folks, so we can have grown folks conversations, okay? We are grown, so we can have grown folks conversations. We are about to have a grown folks conversation briefly, okay? Someone is a nana, the name abuela, okay? Abuela, that is grandmother in Spanish, okay? So, Kama Sutra energy. How can you use, okay, your sensuality, okay, and your sacral energy? How can you alchemize this, okay, for good, okay? This is what I advise, okay? Christine got the emoji of the earphones on there. All right, this is how you can alchemize this, okay? Whenever you decide, okay, to show yourself love in this way, give it to divine source. Listen to what I'm saying. Whenever you decide to show yourself love in this way, give it to divine source. Give it to divine source. Okay? So, just as you meditate, how do you open up your crown chakra? With your focus being on your crown chakra. How do you meditate and open up your third eye? Same thing. All of your focus being on here. Okay? So, when you do show yourself love through your sacral, grown folks conversations, only, MA only, mature audience only. When you do show yourself this love, give it to divine source with them only in mind. Don't be imagining, okay? And some of you, okay, you need to take a break and not do that at all. Not do that at all until you have relinquished any and all sexual activity energy, okay? So if you just walked out on somebody or someone just left you 2 months ago, you still got their fish swimming in you, okay? I don't mean to make you puke. You still got whatever, man, okay? Her scent between your legs, okay? In your hairs. You know what I'm saying? Again, we grown. We can have grown folks conversations, okay? So when you do show yourself this love, give it to divine source, whatever the image of divine source is for you. This is the ultimate way to alchemize this energy. This is the ultimate way to alchemize this energy. Okay? All right. So, there you go. Kama Sutra. Okay? Okay? You can alchemize any type of energy, brand, okay? You can alchemize any energy, okay? Greater are they that is in you than they that are of the world. Brand, you can alchemize any damn thing, okay? Okay? If I was able to heal myself of someone who I thought was my father taking my first wife, if I was able to alchemize a karmic twin flame attempting to poison me or whatever it is she's doing, her family and their witchcraft and all that bullshit, if I was able to alchemize the witchcraft that came upon me that attacked both my native kidneys, and today I carry 3 blood filters, 2 native kidneys and the transplanted kidney. If I was able to alchemize that, okay, if I was able to alchemize all of those things, alchemize seizures at the age of 8, never having another seizure again. Between the age of 4 and 8, I had seizures, never again having another seizure. If I'm able to do that, again, my life is a demonstration. You. Yeah. You can too. You can too. Okay? I'm not sure what does that code do. I'm not sure I understand that question, okay? And I have no problem removing you out of this collective, okay? Whatever that is, Carlos, okay, whatever your name is, all right? We have Daniel. We have justice in the reverse, okay? Daniel, some Daniel out here, first, middle, last name, is not getting justice in the upright, 3D or 5D. There's a Daniel, Danny, Dan out here not getting justice And we have a congratulations on the other side for your justice, Starseed. Okay? For your justice. On the other side, we have congratulations. Okay? Someone could be singing that song by Vesta Williams. Congratulations. Okay? They thought it was going to be them. Okay? I thought it would be me. Okay? Congratulations. A sad song. Someone who's in regret. They see or hear that you are now in a divine wedding, divine union. Okay? And now they wish it was them. Okay? But they didn't step up to the plate. Okay? When the living water was offered, they didn't drink. They didn't drink. They might have been right there at the pond with you, right there with you with divine source standing there, and they just didn't. They just turned it down. Okay? We have biochemical weapons experiments. Okay? Biochemical weapons experiments. Okay? The one I'm thinking about is by Vesta Williams. Jeffrey Osborne might sing one too. Okay? I'm not sure. Okay? Or he might sing the same one. You know? There are artists who remake songs. Okay? But the one I'm thinking about is by Vesta Williams. Okay? Biochemical weapons experiments. Biochemical weapons experiments. Okay? So we're talking about MK Ultras. Okay? We're talking about government agencies. Okay? We're talking about Operation LAC type of things. Operation LAC. Okay? We're going to read Operation LAC. Okay? Those of you who have tuned in for any length of time, or when this channel was the Real Psychic Investigators, you know what Operation LAC is. Okay? All right. So let's take a look at Operation LAC. And that's Operation LAC. Okay. Operation LAC. Biochemical weapons. It could be obviously some name of some other sort in your country. Okay. So Operation LAC, most commonly referred to Operation Large Area Coverage, LAC, acronym Large Area Coverage, okay? A series of secret Cold War era tests conducted by the United States Army Chemical Corps. The purpose was to determine how let me turn the card over so you can see the message. To determine how biological and chemical warfare agents would dispense across a vast geographical area and diverse terrains. Conducted primarily between 1957 and 1958, the Army used a flying boxcar aircraft to spray zinc cadmium sulfide, a fluorescent powder used as a simulant, because its particle size is similar to biochemical germs. Okay, the scope large test program. It was the largest test program undertaken by the Chemical Corps, covering areas from the Rocky Mountains to the Atlantic Ocean and from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. Notable locations tests were conducted over 33 urban and rural areas, including St. Louis, Minneapolis, Winnipeg, and parts of Texas and South Dakota. Okay? The public was unaware of these tests until details were in the 1990s. 40 years later, residents affected in cities raised concerns about the health effects like cancer and birth defects. Though 1957 National Research Council report concluded that exposure levels were likely not harmful. Of course, they would cover up their own ass. Okay, CYOA. Okay, CYOA. The governments around the world operate under CYOA. Okay, The governments around the world operate under CYOA. That's cover your own ass. The governments around the world operate under CYOA. Okay? They operate under cover your own ass. Okay? Okay? I don't know about that, Brent. Okay? It sounds like you know more than I do, Brent. Okay? It sounds like you know more than I do. Okay? So you might need to get off this channel, okay? And go start your own YouTube channel. It sounds like you know more than I do, Brand. I'm paying attention to all of your comments. Okay? It sounds like you know more than I do, Brand. So it might be time for you to go start a YouTube channel or TikTok, X, Instagram, something. I don't know. Might be time for you to start your own brand. Okay? Might be time for you to start your own. Okay? I will never claim to know all of the answers. Okay? I will never claim to have all of the answers. Okay? All right. So we have a Rebecca. Rebecca. Okay? Rebecca. Okay? So Rebecca, on the other side of these biochemical weapons, Rebecca. Okay? This also speaks to toxins. Okay? Toxins. We have fatal toxins out here. Fatal toxins. Okay? There are families in these areas, bloodlines in these areas that are still feeling the effects 60 years later, 70 years later, still feel, next year will be 70 years, still feeling the effects of these biochemical weapons experiments, in this case, done in the United States of America and Canada. Okay. Last card in the deck, okay? We have Bezos, Bezos, bulimic and Balkans, okay? Bezos, we know Jeff Bezos, okay? Amazon, Jeff Bezos, Jeff with a J, or Jeffrey with a G, okay? Bulimic could resonate for something else. Balkans and the Balkans, okay? Next we have Sacramento. Sacramento isn't the only Sacramento in the United States of America, okay? There are other Sacramentos, okay? Also Sacra, okay? Sacramento, okay? Sacramental, okay? So someone could be now mental, okay? Psychological things, okay? Counselor, therapist, psychiatric drugs, okay? Things that are used to change someone's perspective, like LSD, things that are used to change someone's perspective or have them look at society or reality in a different way, psychiatric or psychotropic, thank you, psychotropic, okay, types of things. Divine source, before we go, we are going to use the angel numbers that have come out here, and we are going to get 4 more confirmations, or it'll be 8 more, but yes, okay. Thank you so much again, everyone, for tuning in. For some of you tuning in, it is very early where you are. I appreciate you, okay? Thank you so much for your energy, okay? Thank you so much for tapping in. Thank you so much for being the light that you are. I have been in Vietnam specifically. I did not arrive directly here from the U.S. I arrived in Malaysia on May 5th of 2025. Then I stayed in Malaysia for some months. Then I went to Thailand. I stayed in Thailand for some months. And then I went back to Malaysia. And then I came to Vietnam. Okay. So that's been my journey. Okay. So I've been in Vietnam since January. Yes. January. That sounds right.
maybe December, January of this year. Okay? Yes. January of this year. Okay? January of this year, specifically in Vietnam. Okay? So we are going to go ahead and get a few more confirmations here. Again, taking these angel numbers. Those of you who do not see the angel numbers, okay, let me show these to you once again. Okay. Here are the angel numbers that we have out here. Okay. Look up your birth date and the number on the Gregorian calendar. Okay? Look up your birth date and the Gregorian calendar. Okay? Thank you so much, Bran. Okay? Be of good cheer. Okay? Peace and comfort to you. Okay? So I will do this. Okay? What is the 333rd day of the year? Let me ask that again. What is the 333rd day of the year on the Gregorian calendar? November 29th, okay? That's the date that I was born in 1974. November 29th is the 333rd day of the year, okay? And a non-leap year, okay? So, find out what your birthday is and what that Gregorian calendar number is, okay? So we have 2121, 5555, 777, and 2112. On the 2121, we have Issa, Yeshua. Issa, Yeshua. As I say, that is, name is not Jesus or Jesus. Okay? They were not Mexican, Latin, or Spaniard. Okay? They were Hebrew, and Issa is Arabic, and Yeshua is Aramaic. Okay? This is their name. It is not Jesus. It is not Jesus. All right? So, confirmation right there with energy levels on the 2121, maturity 21, maturity 21, okay? 21, and about twisted sisters, okay? Twisted sisters. So this could be a twin energy with the 2121 out here, okay? And this could be speak to a karmic twin, okay? 2121, twisted sister, a biological sister or a sister that you assume or embraced as a sister, okay? This 2121 card, let me put another card behind here so you can see that twisted sister a little better, so you can see the twisted sister a little clearer, okay? Meditate to do that, okay? This says, that day you're waiting for will come. Maintain discipline. You're getting closer to your end goal. There's no need to There's no need to overextend yourself. Guard your energy to remain focused. It will pay off. It's a climb, not an elevator ride. Trust in you. Okay? Trust in you. Trust in you. Okay? Trust in you. Okay? Twisted Sister, 2121, and Issa, the Ascended Master, Christ. Okay? Next, on the 5555, we have aiding and abetting and incest. Something is good for you, okay? Okay? Tell me if you want me to give you all my time. I want to make it good for you. Give you all my time. Tell me if you want it to. Okay? Old school song, early 90s. Okay? So, 5555 on clarity. Okay? Great transformation, major changes, opportunity, and fast pace forward. Zoom, 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 baby. Okay? And a process. Okay? Clarity. Okay? You're not the victim, you're the beneficiary. You're not the victim, you're the beneficiary. Ancestors aiding you, ancestors aiding and abetting you, starseeds. Ancestors, Issa's name is out here. Ancestors aiding and abetting you. Your grandmother Christine aiding and abetting you. Your son, your brother who was found unalive, aiding and abetting you, okay, on your spiritual journey. Okay, on your spiritual journey. We have Sarah, Sahara, Sonora, Celine, okay? Sonora, Sahara. The name Sonora is standing out to me at this time on this card. Sonora. 777. Okay? And we have a house fire. Sonora. Sonora. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay. Let me take a snapshot of that. I will listen to that. Okay. House fire. Any of these names, Sarah, Sahara, Sonora, Celine, these could be places. I believe there's a Celine, Texas. Okay. I am not a geographical wizard. Okay. As far as where places are located. And we have the 777 out here. That is also 21, as we have the 2121 out here, okay? So this, let me grab this 777. This message is most likely to reach you during intense uncertainty. You'll come out ahead, okay, and winning, all right? It's also a sign that you have much life experience and wisdom to share. Yet, you'll need enthusiasm and effort to get this message to others. Okay? And again, divine beings do not believe in luck. They know divine timing works in their favor. Divine beings do not believe in luck. We understand that divine timing works in our favor. Okay? Continue to trust it. Again, Sarah, Sahara, Sonora, Celine, a place, a name, first, middle, last name. Someone's a liar. Okay? Someone is a liar. Okay? Someone is a liar. And we have these initials. Okay? RR, RJ, JR, JJ. Someone is a liar. Okay? If someone is a liar, they are a thief. Listen to me. If someone is a liar, they are also a thief. Okay? There is not anyone out here, anyone ever, who has not been a liar, who was not a thief. Okay? A liar steals your time. A liar steals money. A liar steals energy. If someone is a liar, they are a thief. If they are a liar, they are a thief. Yeah, absolutely. Okay? So collective, star seeds, thank you so much for tuning in. Just looking at the card, this is, and again, that's not for me, okay? Because I'm not all high and mighty, okay? I am mighty, okay? But I am not some egotistical being, okay, that's sitting on some throne somewhere in my mind, looking down upon the lower people, Okay? That's not me. I am not your honor. Okay? That is not me. I walk the journey that you walk. Okay? I walk the journey that you walk. This journey for me and for you is a demonstration. Okay? Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. My name is Nehru. I am an extraterrestrial earth angel, a light worker in Gaia Beacon. If you would like to see an extraterrestrial picture of part of my extraterrestrial body, please go visit the posts in this on this channel. Scroll down some ways, okay, and you will see a picture. That picture was taken in Tucson, Arizona. We had someone who was in here who's in Arizona. I don't know if there still are, but thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. To all of you that have communicated with me, thank you so much for bringing your energy. Those of you who sit in the back and observe and listen, and you take note and you are in the upright, thank you so much for all that you do. As always, be encouraged.